when Mrs. Desai got up from her bed to drink a glass of water, she suddenly spotted someone on their balcony. Hi, and welcome back to another episode of SYWK Podcast, where you can find everything related to the paranormal. You are currently listening to the short horror story series, and if you enjoy this format, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. The story that I will narrate is from the website called yourghoststories.com. Please make sure to check out the website since it has one of the best horror stories from around the world. If you would also like to submit your horror stories, please send me an email. All the details are in my description. Now, without wasting any time, plug in your headphones and enjoy. During my college days, I had a lecturer, Mrs. Desai. This particular incident happened with Mrs. Desai in the year 1987. Then Mrs. Desai and her husband were in search of another house since they were fed up of the congested life in an apartment building. The couple managed to get an old house in South Bombay. The couple was happy since they had managed to make a very reasonable deal as the property prices in Bombay were soaring in the late 80s. The house was earlier owned by a Parsi family who sold it since they were migrating to the United States. Mrs. Desai and her husband quickly shifted to their new house. The house had been built in the year 1930 by some British family who then lived there for quite a few years. The couple enjoyed their stay for a few days until things started to get freaky. One night at around 12:45 am, when Mrs. Desai got up from her bed to drink a glass of water, she suddenly spotted someone on their balcony. Then, when she went a little bit closer, she noticed a man in his early 20s standing on the balcony and smoking a cigarette. The man was wearing clothes of English attire as people used to wear in the early 40s and 50s along with a hat. She asked the man who he was, but it seemed that the man was unable to listen to her. He was not at all responding to her words and was engaged in smoking. She kept asking him, but he suddenly disappeared in thin air. Mrs. Desai told the incident to her husband, who also saw the man the next night, and it happened again. He disappeared suddenly. The spirit of the man, however, never used to utter even a single word or even get into eye contact with anyone. It seemed like he only wanted to smoke and nothing else. The couple was scared of their experience and consulted a psychiatrist after a few days. The psychiatrist accompanied the couple for a night and also witnessed the smoking man's ghost on the balcony. The psychiatrist, who seemed to be helpless in solving the problem of the couple, asked them to stay away from the haunted house. Mrs. Desai and her husband shifted back to their old apartment building and decided to get rid of the haunted house. Mrs. Desai somehow managed to sell the house to a construction company after a few years. Today, a shopping mall stands in the place of the old house. As of late, no one has been heard to have experienced the spirit of the cigarette-smoking man. But even today, Mrs. Desai gets the smoke smell of a cigarette, and the creepiest part is no one smokes in her house. Well, I hope you like the story. If you're listening to this episode on YouTube, comment below and give me your feedback. And if you're listening to this episode on any of the audio platforms, DM me on Instagram. Thanks for listening and see you in my next episode.